The Crown has exposed all of the most controversial moments in the British monarchy over the past 5 decades. So how does the royal family feel about it? Let's discover why Camilla invited her portrayer to the palace.
I was nervous I might be thrown in the tower.
Who among the royals stated to be nowhere near his character? And which plot lines simply did not happen, according to the late Queen? Camilla met her fictitious alter ego. The Netflix show seems to have opened up old wounds for Queen Camilla. It reminded people of the time when she was the other woman for the then prince.
You're awfully good at feeling your way along.
Needless to say, it led to a fresh wave of negativity against Camilla.
Watching The Crown reminds me how much I truly hate Camilla and Charles.
Many people assume that the Queen would try to avoid seeing the worst moments of her life being played out on TV, but they'd be wrong. A friend of Camilla's told the press that the King's wife has watched previous seasons of The Crown. She will definitely be watching the last one. According to a royal source, Camilla isn't taking her portrayal on the show too seriously. The Queen has a wonderful sense of humour, and this won't fuss her in the slightest. The then Duchess of Cornwall even invited the actress who portrayed her young self to Clarence House for a celebration for International Women's Day. Camilla had a sweet conversation with her and even made a joke about the show during her speech.
For me, it's very reassuring to know that if I should fall off my perch at any moment, my fictional alter ego is here to take over. So, Emerald, be prepared.
It is cool that the Queen can laugh at herself so easily. But what about King Charles? Charles is nowhere near his character. The King and Queen seem to have a similar sense of humour. His Majesty once also cracked a joke about the show. Charles started his speech during the state opening of the Scottish Parliament last year, rather hilariously. "Hello, nice to meet you all. I'm nowhere near how they portray me on Netflix." Did Charles mean that he is not so hot-tempered as he was portrayed on the show?
Who are you referring to?
Camilla.
Why would I care about her?
Because I care about her!
Such a comment proved that the King has watched The Crown, and royal author Katie Nicholl confirmed it. She inquired about the royal family's interest in the series while doing research for a book, and learned that Charles watched several of the first seasons. However, he stopped watching it because he felt that it got too close to the bone. The plot began to revolve around Charles and reminded the public about his biggest scandals. Remember that Camillagate episode?
God, I wish I could just live inside your trousers or something. So much easier.
The script of the series was built on the actual transcript of their phone conversation. According to an expert, Charles really thought that his position as a future king was jeopardized.
It's an assassination. Complete decimation of my character and everything I've worked so hard for.
The hit show dramatized one more heavy blow to his reputation, the late Princess Diana's Panorama interview, which aired on the BBC in 1995.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Royal insiders said that Charles's reaction in real life was the exact same as in the show.
What the hell is she doing?
Therefore, it is not shocking that the king does not wish to relive these challenging times. By the way, even Charles's son, Prince William, showed his anger in public about this infamous interview of his mother's. Prince William is totally sickened. The Crown clearly portrays how the BBC used fake documents to secure the interview with Princess Diana.
Okay, we just need it to look like a normal bank statement, showing payments from News International.
News International, okay.
Can that one a bit bigger?
There was an internal investigation into how this interview came to be in real life. 2 years ago, it was discovered that the host had actually lied to the late princess to get this sensational interview and make her say all of those controversial things. Prince William blasted the BBC for its negligence.
The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It is my firm view that this Panorama programme holds no legitimacy and should never be aired again.
We can assume that the prince is not happy about The Crown as well. In seasons 3 and 4, Olivia Colman played the Queen. She said that she met Prince William and talked to him about the show.
He asked what I was doing at the moment before he quickly added, "Actually, I know what you're doing." I was so excited and asked, "Have you watched it?" His answer was a firm no.
A source close to William said that he feels that both his parents are being exploited and being presented in a false, simplistic way just to make money. More recently, a friend of the prince's told the media that William finds the last season of The Crown sickening, but his brother has the opposite thoughts about the show. Harry did some fact-checking. The Duke of Sussex no longer holds a position where he has to keep things extra private anymore, so he openly discussed the show about his family.
Yes, I have actually watched The Crown.
Oh yeah.
Well,
The recent stuff or the older stuff?
The older stuff and the more recent stuff.
Yeah. Do you fact check it while you watch it?
Yes, I do actually.
What does the prince think about the portrayal of his family in the show?
Of course it's not strictly accurate. Of course it's not. But loosely.
But you do think loosely it does feel like...
It gives you a rough idea about what that lifestyle and what the pressures of putting duty and service above family and everything else, what can come from that.
Harry added that he finds it way better than tabloid stories which pretend to be true.
The difference between that is obviously fiction, take it how you will, but this is being reported on as fact because you're supposedly news.
Prince Harry doesn't hide that he is a fan of the show. He once met Matt Smith, who portrayed young Prince Philip, and his reaction to the actor couldn't have been better.
He rocked up to me and he went, "Grandad."
Now it's time to uncover how the older generation of royals felt about the show. The late Queen really liked it. There were lots of stories about how the late Queen felt about a fictitious drama about her own life. We seem to have an answer from her own granddaughter. Apparently, Princess Eugenie once revealed at a party that her grandmother watched it and really liked it. According to the actor who played young Prince Philip, the Queen enjoyed how beautifully the hit show was filmed.
And she used to watch it on a projector on a Sunday night, apparently.
Her Majesty reportedly found some other episodes too heavily dramatized, like her conflicts with Charles.
And if one day you expect to be king,
I do.
then might I suggest you start to behave like one?
The Queen was also upset by the way Prince Philip was depicted as being an insensitive father.
Don't worry about it. I can assure you it's nothing compared to the shame I felt at your age.
The Queen said in a private conversation that such situations simply did not happen. What did Elizabeth's late husband think about the show? Prince Philip wasn't interested in watching it at all.
My friend couldn't resist by the end of the meal. He was like, "Philip, I have to ask, have you watched The Crown?" And apparently turned around to him and went, "Don't be ridiculous."
Philip and Elizabeth's daughter, Princess Anne, shared her father's view. Anne doesn't have time for nonsense. When The Crown first aired, the princess commented that she never watched Netflix and didn't plan on changing that for some show. The series became so popular, however, that it was impossible to ignore. What's more, Anne became a major character.
Listen to me. No one can bear to watch the mess you are making of this, and someone needs to explain things to you.
The princess apparently couldn't resist and carved out time from her busy schedule to watch it. Speaking in the ITV documentary, Anne, the Princess Royal at 70, she said that she found the early episodes quite interesting. But she did add that she doesn't watch the show anymore. Perhaps she didn't like the love square between her, Andrew Parker Bowles, Camilla and Charles.
It was all very straightforward. He got what he wanted, which was to make Camilla jealous. I got what I wanted, which was a bit of fun.
Anne also said it was a risky move for Netflix to create the show.
Making a series about people who are still living is always quite a dangerous thing to do.
Ultimately, The Crown has never pretended to be a historical show. They call it a drama, which suggests that anything could be made up. So royals probably hope that people understand and remember that while they watch it. Stay tuned to find out which plot twists from the last season of The Crown were fiction and which were based on real events.